Okay.
Okay, well,
Okay,
I don't know why.
a new speaker. I nominate myself as speaker.
you're not the president. Shut up. Let me cook.
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
Who said?
So,
oh, yeah,
as the
wait,
first
right,
matter for this great meeting of Congress, we shall elect a new or... Oh, wait, I finally have my pickaxe back. It only took
Sorry,
a few weeks.
I haven't been on in a while. I've got to get it back. My bad. Why have I got darkness?
Oh, that's because I'm looking at you.
Yes. Anyway, we already have one candidate. Does anyone else want to candidate for the speaker?
No.
Great, then by default, you are now the dictator speaker, dear Elias.
Order.
The what?
Order. Hello, honourable members. We have some important business to get on with here. So I believe that the honourable president has some bills that they wish to table. I now call the president.
I have understood half of that because this room is so echoey.
Yeah, why is it so echoey there?
It's because it's made entirely out of. It's a big chamber made of stone.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like my school hall. Like when my head teacher
Stone
told me to
is
sound like that.
famously not very sound absorbent.
Also, it's made even worse because Void is echoing because he doesn't have headphones on.
That's true.
So it echoes double.
True. I'm making this experience worse. Mission successful. That's it for today.
Order. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. I asked the honourable member to turn. What's the setting? Push to
Settings.
talk on.
No. Oh yeah, push to talk.
Oh, I'm not pushing. Yeah, I'm not doing.
Press V, settings, and then activation method voice.
I can't be bothered. I mean, food.
Whatever. It shall be fine for now.
That's fine.
Okay.
It gives out.
I call the honourable president to the dispatch box.
To the what?
The dispatch box. There's in the UK Parliament. There's a box on the table.
We don't have
in the
one of
centre of the
those.
chamber.
Wait, let me fix that
You
real
stand
quick.
to and speak to.
Here, this boat shall now be the
Misclick.
one box thing.
That echo. That should
Dispatch
stop the
box.
echoing. Why don't? Dun 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 dun.
Alice, stop. Oh, I mean Void, stop driving with a boat. Yeah, I mean
I'm reversing. I'm reversing.
Order in the chamber. Order in the chamber. We have business to get
I've got
to.
my car. You ain't stopping me.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Please present your bills to this chamber.
Yes, quite. Of course. We shall act.
Honourable member. I ask the honourable member not to hit others.
Okay.
I ask that.
Okay. Continue. Go.
I have a question though. Before we proceed, may I first declare, as the previous bills and laws recommend, a vice president as well as a transport minister?
Yes.
Okay, that's gotta be Void. Thank you for listening.
What? Why am I being trusted?
You selected Void as your vice president and as your transport minister.
I'm
Yes.
definitely gonna blow up this world.
That is not your job.
Sorry, I had to drop that.
Mr. Vice President, that is not your job. It is neither the job of a vice president to blow up the world, nor of a transport minister.
Yes, that's true. The
Wait,
transport
can I
minister
follow
did have that job, but
Can I-
it doesn't anymore.
Can I blow up the transport systems then?
I mean...
I need to blow up something.
I mean, you can read the
Have you thought about
laws.
going to therapy?
Twice. Why?
Dear, dear
Order.
Mr... Dear
order.
Mr. Vice President, if you plan on blowing up the transport system, please make sure it aligns with the previously passed laws upon the transport system. Anyway,
Hear me out. We
I'm
should put
going to read the first bill I'm going to propose is the Anti-Bureaucracy Act, because that's a word I can pronounce well.
Okay.
More dyslexic.
I'm not going to read the abstract because we don't need that. Instead, I'm going to read everything which is below that. First is the marked text. Laws shall have parts important for normal citizens and the states highlighted. I propose we could also add a color scheme by which it would make easier to read different parts and differentiate between stuff. For example, examples could be marked blue, what's important for the state yellow, and what's important for what?
I have a question.
There is an issue with this bill. I wrote state yellow and citizen yellow, but citizenship is supposed to be green. I have corrected
Yes,
that mistake. Of course, it must stay easily.
I put forward the fact that the bill, as written, suggests in the colours in which it could be used, yet don't create a standardized system or assert certain colours to be used for certain reasons.
Yes.
May I suggest the Honourable President amend the text of the bill
I have a question.
to
I have a
clearly
question.
distinguish.
Yes, we shall add an amendment to
What?
the law, which makes the called upon example is now law. There, perfect.
Okay. Wait, Rascal. I knew you said your own name. No.
All in favour of the amendment, please head to the government benches.
Oh wait, but
The amendment passes. The amendment passes.
I have a
That is
question.
great.
Though. I have
May
a
I
question.
get
though.
my boat back now?
Yeah, you can have your boat. I left my boat in the highway system. I was in a rush, and I glitched.
Anyway,
through a wall.
may I continue reading the bill?
Wait, I never asked my question.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Then act combination. Acts of the same topic shall be combined into one big act to make the overview easier. Hereby, the big acts simply combine smaller acts, which means no changes. If there are any major changes, the big act must pass through Congress once more. Then headlines and abstract. Headlines must be properly organized to make overview simple. Hereby is numbering and naming the sections at the start of the document required for larger laws. I also suggest a so-called abstract for each law, summarizing at the start of the document, but after the listed sections of the document. That sentence does not make
Okay.
grammatical sense. I shall correct that.
What, my sentence or your sentence?
Mine.
Oh, wait, well, I just made the worst. My dyslexia really getting the best of me.
That should be a bit better. Law overhauls. Once a certain threshold of addendums is reached, it would be quite reasonable to update the entire law, instead of making it impossibly difficult to understand. We shall set this threshold at 3 addendums for now. Importantly, a law overhaul must obey the original intent of the abstract and original bill. If any major changes are in place, the bill should need to pass through Congress once more. Then we have checks. Considering that there is no easy way to verify that the original intent is kept, if such a law overhaul or act combination happens, an independent party must verify the original intent of the law is kept. As per this law, this power would go to the Speaker, and the power to write law overhauls and act combinations to the President and the Vice President. The leader of the opposition has a veto right. If they think that the Speaker made the wrong decision, they may veto the law overhaul or act combination. And obviously we have the addendum we previously already discussed, therefore no discussion for that addendum is needed. Yeah.
Question. Can you repeat?
You may read the law yourself, it is publicly accessible.
I'm dyslexic, I can't read nor write. Or
The honourable member the honourable member with dyslexia should be happy to know that the president did read out the law as is written in the document.
Can we just remove Hope from the room? They're just staring at people, which is very rude. Hope,
That is
why
not-
are you tiny?
Dear Mr. Speaker, may I note that the honourable member has just broken one of the behavioural rules of the Congress by calling the other
Yes,
honourable member by their name.
I didn't even know.
call
I've
the
barely been
honourable
listening. I've been building a robot.
I'm
I
being
can-
discriminated against for being a giant eyeball.
No, I'm just
I
saying
think-
you're staring at like you're just. I see you across the room doing this.
Dear dear honourable member of
I-
Congress, if you do feel discriminated, you may make a complaint in the public square.
Thank you.
I'm
I
barely
will
on
be
it.
your lawyer.
I remind all honourable members of this Congress that a code of conduct, the rules for which these debates are handled are in the Charter that you have all agreed to. So I ask that
Did I agree?
I
to
ask that
anything?
the
By voting
honourable,
for the
members
presidency
of
in the
charters.
last Congress session, you have
I
agreed to
wasn't
the
here at the
Charter.
last Congress session.
By appearing at this Congress session, you have accepted it. You have
Oh,
accepted
okay.
everything
I
that
wasn't
will
here
happen
last
from
time.
now.
I barely know the rules as it is, and also I can't read.
I think we should make.
I'm failing my GCSEs.
I have a humorous suggestion. I think we should make an audiobook reading all the laws. That would be quite
that would be so
beneficial
much
for
more
all.
useful. I'm not even lying when I say that. That'd be actually way more useful. I would sit there for 30 minutes listening to that.
I shall at some point write an actual law about that.
Oh. We still have to do the present community podcast.
Do we?
Now
No, that's me and Raspberry.
Okay, that's good.
If there is no further amendments to the anti-bureaucracy bill, I call to this chamber to make the vote on the subject. All in favour, go to the government benches, and all opposed, head to
Boy,
the
you've
opposition
gone over
benches.
here.
Give me a minute. I hope they need to become very slow because they've made me stare at them.
Dear honourable member of Congress, may you stop breaking the legs of other members of Congress.
I can't help it.
We discussed this matter. We discussed
Let me-
this
yeah,
matter
let me just-
already in the last Congress session.
They made me nauseous.
Order in the chamber. With that, the anti-bureaucracy bill has passed.
Hooray.
Now, it's passed. I will tell the new president that it is their responsibility to sign the law, to sign the bill making it law. There is a Discord chat, #laws, where you can post the link to any past bills of Congress, thus making it law. So,
Yes. Okay, I shall do that. I shall do that right now because why not?
I can't find my scissors. Give me a minute. I'm not listening.
Okay,
I'm building a robot for GCSEs.
Now-
I see.
I will now, with that, any other bills that any member wishes to put forward?
Existing
this
bill.
time
I
know that
wrote
the,
2 more laws.
President has.
How much time do you have?
You gave me I had
I-
too much free time, so I took the liberty of writing 2
We've been
more.
calling every single day. How have you got time? We
I
called
said,
3 hours
can-
yesterday.
Can the honorable,
Dear honorable member
president
of Congress, it's
submit-
called multitasking. You should learn that too.
He was typing an entire essay. Imagine, I could see him just typing an essay off for uncool.
Okay, I shall find my next law. It is the naming bill. It is
Please
also
present the
located
naming
in
bill
the
to-
public square. If you want to read along with me. So, I shall again skip the
We do a
abstract.
sing-along.
Okay. For the sake of efficiency, calling other honorable members of Congress by their name shall be allowed if consent is given. The name shall be chosen by the honorable member of Congress who will be addressed by that name. The honorable member of Congress may choose any name they feel comfortable with as long as it's not longer than the official title they hold, since in that case the point of using the honorable members of Congress name would be pointless.
Now,
It is a very
I
short
will
law.
say that. Now, I will say that this is. Now, I do have a legal point I wish to make you speaker. Now, now since this is a bill that contradicts the language of the charter, it would need to be passed as a amendment to the charter. Now, that can be done. It's just it needs a 2/3 majority. which,
Yes, of course. I think that is quite doable.
Yes. So with that legal point out of the way, this debate can continue. If anyone has any amendments they'd like to make to the bill, I do want to ask the honourable president.
Yes.
I do have a slight concern about the bill as written. With official title not declared, I am concerned that this bill may allow a certain honourable member to abuse these provisions and
Why am I typing? Yes.
and to
A certain thing.
Dear honorable member, may I remind you that I need all my cognitive power currently to barely understand the speaker. Therefore, I must may the speaker repeat what they just said.
Yes, I am concerned that a certain Fae would abuse these provisions to require honourable members of this Congress to address them by an absurdly long name.
There is one important thing in this law which prevents that being first of all, personally I think that the official title anyone without an official title holds is honorable member of Congress, and therefore it can't be longer than that. And second of all, the section shall be allowed implies that you must not call them by their name, which they have chosen for themselves, and can always choose to refer to them by their official title.
I see. So the ability to refer to a member by their name is an optional. Is entirely optional.
It is an optional choice for efficiency's sake, because in most scenarios a name would be shorter than the official title.
Okay. I have no further questions. If anyone else has any further questions or amendments they'd like to make to this bill, please present them to me now. Okay, so we're going to move this bill on to voting. Now, I will say this requires a 2/3 majority to pass. So, all in favour head to the government benches. to my right.
Sorry,
and
I'm
all
eating
opposed
something right now.
to
Give me a minute.
The opposition benches on my right.
I'm gonna snack in my hand. Give me a minute.
I am fairly certain that this is a 100% majority, therefore this bill has successfully passed as an amendment to the charter, once signed.
Yes, this bill has successfully passed as an amendment to the charter. Please,
By the way, quick thing. I thought there'd be more people here.
There should be, yes.
There
Like, I
should
would
be, but there isn't.
I would expect Sam to be here, like shouting. That was what I was expecting.
I am fairly certain that Sam, that honorable member of Congress, if even at all an honorable member of Congress, has not yet logged on to the server at all.
Yes, this is true.
I
Sam showed up, was like, I'm gonna play a human, and then just like vanished off the face of the earth.
I do not believe
Why
that
is Dave
this
thinking?
Sam individual you guys refer to has voted in the elections, and thus is not, or has given any indication of
Accepting
signing
the
of
charter, and therefore is not an honorable member of the Congress. I see.
A dishonorable member of not Congress.
And thus that does render the individual not eligible to sit in congressional meetings nor vote on congressional matters. Now, I believe that you have a third bill you wish to present the chamber.
What? That would be crazy if I had a third bill. Yes, I do,
just-
and it's by far the longest.
Oh man, I'm just gonna put on a vinyl. Give me two.
It has 11 sections. In comparison, the Anti-Bureaucracy Act had 7. I shall skip the sections of the Act and the abstract, of course. First of all, we have the Transport Minister, which is, as far as I'm aware, mostly the same. I shall as to the original Act.
What is the name of this act?
It is called the General Transportation Act. It
I see.
is a fusion of the Never Highway, the Transportation and Never Highway Bill, and the Overworld Transportation Act, or something like that.
The
Anyway.
two acts that are named are the Nether Highway and Public Transportation Act and the Overworld Highway Act.
Thank you very much. But it also has some major additions, whereby it must pass through Congress once more. Yes, where was I? Ah, yes. The president shall appoint someone as the transport ministers, all citizens other than the president himself, and the speaker is eligible to be appointed as transport minister. The transport minister is responsible for overseeing the construction and maintenance of a public transport infrastructure, therefore is responsible for any complaints about the highway system, and is legally responsible for all shenanigans of the official highway system. He may be found guilty unless he can prove without a doubt that there is nothing about the situation he could have done, or there was sufficient warning that such could happen. Yes.
I would like to ask the honourable member. So, as currently written, there is no clear definition of what shenanigan refers to.
Shenanigans refers to anything the transport minister can be accused of having done wrong.
Wait, can I just say shenanigans? Just think of me or anything I do. I'm going through the rules now.
Now,
Indeed.
now the shenanigans seems in this case to be extremely a broad brush.
Yes,
A
that
broad
is,
brush.
it is intentional. Shenanigans is what we call in law abstractation, so that the law is general enough to apply to most situations, which is fairly important.
Now, secondly, a point of clarification. There is no There is no prescribed.
Oh, I can see your name tag.
There's no prescribed punishment for if the transport minister is found guilty of shenanigans.
Well, that is quite simple. Personally, I believe the jury should just decide on a whim, depending on the situation, what a proper punishment for that specific situation should be. Though there is later there is a specifically classified case which is a bit different from the general, which is a bit different from the general law thing.
As the law currently is written, there is no provisions for the jury being given ability to decide on the punishment for this crime.
Then I shall add that then we may vote on an addendum which
Yes,
clarifies that the jury shall decide the punishment in such a case.
So all in favour, please head to the government benches.
May I ask where there is the honourable member? There.
Huh?
Hello.
It's fine.
And the amendment passes. The amendment passes.
I shall add
very
the
good.
amendment to the law now.
I've been barely listening. Someone catch me up.
Oh my! I'm sorry, but I think this vote must be redone, considering that the transport minister has not been listening, and the other honourable member has been missing the entire discussion.
Rascal. Sorry, honourable member. Let me say this now. My guy, you lost me when you said I've got 11 points to make. You lost me at that point.
Order in the chamber. Order in the chamber. I ask the honourable member.
What is going on?
I ask the honourable member to stop with the shenanigans and to please.
Let me go and see what's going on here. Okay, so overall, basically what's going on out there is there's a piston with 2 observers, and it's just doing that.
Yes, that is none of our concern currently. Does
Yeah,
somebody
no, it's a
have an
ghost.
obsidian block?
No, but I have a pickaxe. Break it.
I will.
Give me a minute. Yeah, break it down. Yeah, yeah. Oh! Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Alright, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Glad we got the goose sorted.
Huh?
Okay,
can we
I shall
continue with
repeat
the,
what we
bill?
were discussing. We were discussing that the jury must decide the penalty for the transport minister in the shenanigans case, which you may read up upon, because I'm not gonna read that entire section again. Therefore, we are currently voting upon that amendment.
Okay,
Yes,
so wait,
good.
do I get a punishment for not doing my job correctly?
Yes.
Possibly.
Why are you Why do I get punished? What have I done?
Because you're the
I-
transport minister.
It is your job.
Yeah, but like, I'm busy with nuclear.
Anyway,
With nuclear.
all
a
in
very
favour of the
important
bill, all in favour of the amendment, head to the government benches.
I
Unless
don't
everyone
like
on the
this
government
though.
benches
I
is
don't
for-
want to be punished for doing
If you
nothing.
don't approve of a law, you may go to the opposition bench.
Just because I'm being punished, I don't want to be punished.
That's a 2/3 majority.
Great, I shall add them.
The amendment has passed. I will
Okay.
remind the honourable member that this is passing of an amendment and not the law itself. The text of the bill has been changed, but the bill is not yet law. Though, as I see it, I believe it's highly likely that this bill shall too pass and
Sorry.
become.
I'm annoyed.
So I invite the president to continue with the reading
Okay.
of the bill.
We are now at the General Never Highway. The General Never Highway shall for efficiency's sake be to referred as GNH from now on and in every other government paper, because why not? The GNH shall be owned and maintained by the state or those the state contracts in order to fulfill these responsibilities. GNH shall be free at the point of use. The maintenance and construction of a GNH shall be funded by the state. The GNH... Wait. The GNH must meet the following criteria. The GNH must be safe from every mob, may it spawn on or outside the area of the highway. The highway must be constructed from material that are explosion and fireproof to ensure safety for all citizens. The Never Highway must link together all portals owned by citizens of the UOC that are on, above or under the continent as defined by the map found in hashtags information. Citizens will be required to ensure that the relevant authority is made aware of their portal in order to ensure that it is linked to the highway. The Never Highway shall be built mostly above the Never roof to ensure extra security. Therefore, portals below the Never roof shall not be connected to the Never Highway. The official color of the GNH is black. Any questions?
Yes. Hope asked a question.
The
Someone answer that.
honourable member had an amendment.
I do. To save work for the Transport Minister, to neglect to work to add highways to houses for people who cannot enter the Nether, such as myself and the Valkyries among us.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can I not enter the Nether because I'm close?
There you go.
You can.
Okay, okay.
I can't.
May I add that this is not the completed bill, and the issue of people not being of people who are not able to enter the Nether will be addressed in a later section of the Act.
Okay, very good.
Any more questions?
I also actually have a question about the Nether anyway. I have a question about the Nether anyway. Can anyone live in the Nether? Or is
Yeah.
it just,
Yeah.
like, you can only land? Okay.
Or
So I was
the-
gonna
or
move
the-
to the Nether.
The question about living in the Nether does not seem relevant to the discussion in the bill.
No, it was just
I
like
will ask-
someone like, honorable member, I have to use that. Honorable member.
No. You may
said-
call me Rasgul or Labour. I am fine with those names, as discussed in the naming bill. It
Oh,
is not
yeah.
fine to call me by that.
Yeah, you can just call me Void, I don't care. Anyway, my real name is Raspberry. Anyway, basically, the reason I said about the Nether was because Raspberry mentioned the Nether, and I forgot to ask it a long time ago, and I just got remembered. So thank you for that answer. I did that. Because
Order.
Does the speaker have
they
any
are-
questions?
I do not. I just wish, for the sake of congressional process, the honourable member did put forward an amendment. Does the honourable member wish to still go ahead with voting on that, or does
I
wish to
will-
wait until the...
Yes, I will wait.
Okay, we can continue. With
I
the
shall
bill as we
read the
read.
next section of this. The main server subway system. The main server subway system shall, for efficiency's sake, be referred to as SSS from now on and in every other government paper. The SSS shall connect most public bases. It must have one major station and at least two minor stations. And at least one minor station, I mean. A major station must connect two or more systems of transport, while the first major station must be located at spawn. More major stations may be declared by the transport minister freely, or if 51% of citizens, not or, my bad, of citizens want a major station to be there. All major stations shall also be a big building project. Major stations must have certain technological requirements such as boat aligner and station selector. Minor stations can also connect two or more highway systems. Minor stations are all stations not declared a major station. Minor stations can have the technological requirements for a major station, but those are optional. The Triple S must be built with blue eyes. The official color of the Triple S is lime/light green. I think we are missing an honorable
I'm personally
member.
okay with that.
Huh?
I am fairly
Hope.
certain we're missing an
Sorry.
honorable
Honorable member.
member.
Yeah, sorry. Can someone apologies if I say that. I know I'm not supposed to, but I have. I'm processing. So yeah.
I'm looking for the honourable member of.
There they are.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They disappeared.
Okay. Hello.
Dear honorable
Anyway,
member, did you get everything we discussed? Great.
I did, yes.
Are there any questions about the current section we are discussing?
Nah.
No?
Okay.
Are there...
We shall continue with the reading.
Yes.
I call the president. Dispatch box.
The server city tram system. The server city tram system shall for efficiency's sake be referred to as CTS from now on and in every other government paper. The CTS is a small tram system to make movement in important locations which need efficient transit simpler. The CTS is only allowed to be built away and to a major station of the Triple S. The CTS shall be built with packed ice instead of blue ice to reduce speed compared to the Triple S, as those faster speeds would be more of an inconvenience than useful. The CTS shall be built mostly above ground, about y equals 60, to avoid unnecessary construction work and make it possible to look at where you need to leave. The CTS should as best as not disturb the looks of the surrounding area. The transport minister may be found responsible of ignoring this rule if it's proven that he could have done a better job at not distributing the looks of the surrounding area. If so, the transport minister shall pay an appropriate fine and must either rebuild the CTS himself with more efficient variation, or must hire someone to do so. The official color of the CTS is red. Any questions?
We can move on to the next section of the bill, the Independent Resource Highway.
Yes, thank you. The Independent Resource Highway System shall, for efficiency's sake, be referred to as IRH, not IRS, major difference, from now on and in every future other government paper. The IRH shall be used to connect important resource gather points and exchange points and shall be largely independent of other highway systems. The IRH shall have a system to make the transport of resources easier. The official color of the IRH is white. I suppose there are no questions to this part.
No questions.
Great, I shall move on to section 7, the planning. The planning of the entire highway system goes to the transport minister. Any law concerning public transport must therefore not only be signed by the president once passed through Congress, but also the transport minister. How the budget of the highway system is split up between the many projects, the transport minister is also entirely up to him. And can not be a basis to fire him. The transport minister may add to the currently planned highway system in any way if he so pleases. Any questions?
I do actually. I do have questions. The honourable member does know that the transport minister is not an elected official. That makes me cautious of giving the transport minister the powers that this law would give him.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm barely on as it is, so I'm not gonna do much.
That is not an argument for that section of the bill, Floyd.
Also,
Now,
I haven't done anything bad except rubber rooms. Ask Archie about that.
Concerning that, personally, I believe, since it's the transport minister, he should have a definite talk in what laws pass and don't pass upon the highway system. So, I think that is fairly important.
the transport minister is under this bill given, I think, too much power over the decision making of this chamber. This gives me reason to be cautious of how much power we give the transport minister over the lawmaking abilities of this chamber. Now,
I'm afraid I must head off.
Dear Speaker, these powers are simply restricted to any laws concerning the construction of the highway anyway. So, something the Transport Minister would have control over either way. Therefore, I must say that in most situations it wouldn't. This is just a more direct way to make sure there are no complications with the transport minister later on. Because if the transport minister needs to have a word in any law that passes over the highway system, the transport minister also can tell, oh, that's too unrealistic, I can't do that and stuff.
I understand the concern of the minister. I suggest an amendment that any bills concerning the highway system must first go through a consultation phase with the transport minister before presented to this chamber, instead of the veto.
Okay, I suppose that is a possibility.
Where bills get consulted by the transport minister and that official consultation is attached to the bill when discussed in this chamber. This allows the
Okay, I have in addition to that amendment, I'd say instead of never giving him a veto right, we say the transport minister gets a veto right concerning that if he hasn't been consulted on that law beforehand. Because there are situations like these where the law was written before the current transport minister was in office, and therefore he has technically not been consulted.
Wait, aren't I the transport minister?
You are the transport minister, but before I was the transport minister.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that explains the highways.
When it comes to pre-existing laws, a law cannot give a minister the ability to write the law off the bill. That power lies off the books. That power lies with this chamber. As when it comes to adding a ability for a veto of the transport minister on pre-existing. On laws being passed. A veto. This is suspended unless there hasn't been a. I propose a further change to the amendment that allows the transport minister's veto to be overturned as, in the same way that the presidential veto is able to be overturned.
Great. I may add that to the addendum. Okay, I may read the current addendum. The veto right of the transport minister is suspended unless there hasn't been a pre-law consultation with him. The veto may be overturned under the same conditions as the presidential veto.
The honourable not an issue with the content of the amendment, but the amendment should probably include gender-neutral pronouns to reflect.
Oh.
With the.
May I ask where the are? Oh, him, like that. With them, right?
Yes.
Great. That is added. That
okay,
is replacing.
All in favour of that amendment, the amendment be sent to the government benches. And the amendment is passed.
Great. Right. Where was I? I was modernization. Separate from the complaints / requests, you may put in modernization's request a specific technology shall be requested to be added to one of the stations. The transport minister may accept or refuse the modernization request. It's pretty simple, so like any citizen can just put in a request that their station should have like should be more technologically advanced than it is. And obviously that falls like under planning and budgeting, and therefore it's the transport minister's choice if he accepts that modernization request or not.
Okay, I have no question.
Great. Then requests. The transport minister shall have an office where any requests or complaints, including modernization request, shall go there. If the transport minister decides that your request complaint is not important, you may then resubmit it to the vice president or president of the UOC. So like if you can say, oh, the transport minister didn't make the right call, that you can resubmit it to a more important role.
I actually have something to say about that then.
Oh yeah, great.
So the thing is, let's say the person put in the request, and then they were literally just trying to get their way anyway, no matter what. So also, the other thing is, I am vice president.
Yes, but like they also can resubmit it to the president.
Yeah, I know that. It's just like the kind of thing of, it seems like that I could see this being exploited in the way of if they don't get their way, they're like, oh man, didn't give them away, let's, do this, they
yeah, the
go
thing,
for it.
what I have to add to your possible complaint is the issue that like you could just refuse any request if there isn't a way to resubmit those requests. And also, if it's like a totally unreasonable request, why would the president himself also accept that request if you didn't accept that request? Like if it says you should build
I'm just saying, I think there should be more consulting.
System.
Yeah, no, I'm saying let's add a little bit more consulting to it, basically.
I mean, consulting is something which shouldn't be like regulated in the law. I personally.
No. I mean, like if it's gone to the president, then get it consulted by a bunch of people saying, is this like speak to the highway minister and then just say like, why was this denied? What was your thought behind it? And see their point of view of it.
I mean,
and then,
personally, I think the transport minister is responsible for just going to the president and explaining it to him himself.
yeah.
Because, and in that case, it just doesn't have to be regulated.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it at least notify the minister, like the highway minister if that happens.
Sure. We can add that as an addendum. If a request has been resubmitted to Vice or President,
Maybe
the transport minister must be wait a second. Must be informed.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm just saying-
all in favor of this addendum?
Yep.
Actually,
Huh?
So, all who wish for this amendment to be passed, please head to the government lectures or against head to the
Which
opposition.
side?
I see it.
Wait.
If you're in favour of this one, you stand here. If you're opposed, you stand here. And we have a tie.
I think in this situation the speaker should get to vote, since
yeah,
they
well,
are technically
the speaker
also a
gets-
member of Congress.
The speaker gets to vote anyway. It's just I've not been saying anything when my vote wouldn't make a difference.
Oh, okay, great.
On this matter, I personally, my current standing on this is that, as it's currently written, there's nothing in the request section which requires action, which is actionable, which compels actions. It's just if you have a complaint or a request, you can submit it. There's no requirement attached. So I don't necessarily see the need for that to be for the transport minister to be informed, as the transport minister is not an elected position, especially since it's not an elected position, not accountable to the people.
So you are also against
so-
the amendment?
I am against the amendment.
I personally have another reason to vote against it. I don't have anything against the amendment. I just have another reason why to vote against it than that.
To be honest, I am listening. I'm just not even on my key. I'm building right now. Out of cardboard, I'm building.
That does not help your case.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, you already know what I'm building anyway. I'm building another robot. Another one. I'm gonna build two. My other.
May we get on to the last section of this?
Yes, let's move on to the last section of the bill.
The
Yes.
last section is actually the monetization bill, the monetization section. There are a few different ways to monetize the railway system. A tax, everyone pays a certain amount of taxes to the government for everyone to freely use the system. This is not active. Ticket based, everyone pays for triple S and IRH. But a set amount per station, the GNH and CTS would remain free of charge, not active. The ticket and tax system, everyone pays a certain amount of taxes to freely use GNH and CTS and pay for tickets for the triple S and IRH, not active. So the reason I've decided to add this section is because I think there could be demand later on to monetize the railway system, but this demand is currently not there. So this is simply to make further legal actions easier than writing an entirely new law about it.
What I will say on this matter is that during my first term, I was very clear about how I was opposed to for people paying for the use of another highway, and I extend that opposition to all public transport.
Yes,
now-
I am aware of that. What I want to say is that I'm simply planning with this law for the future. I also do not plan on monetizing the railway system as of now. Therefore, I am simply planning for the future. If any president in the future wants to monetize the railway system, that they don't have to write a new law about it, but rather just add an addendum to this one. It is simply that we have less bureaucracy.
I understand the reason, and you specified that none of those three mechanisms are currently will be enforceable upon the passing of the law by stating they're not active.
Yes.
I do want to ask there is no current.
No code.
Okay, so you don't want to use these provisions at the moment. This is an anti-bureaucracy thing.
Yes, this is an anti-bureaucracy thing.
Now, if a future president wanted to monetize these systems, they would pass it. They would, even if these provisions existed or not. So it's not exactly like this will prevent like these being will make a tangible difference. But I don't want this to encourage a future president to monetize such systems. I don't know exactly the coherent point I'm making here, but
Dude's just,
I think my broad.
Dude's just yapping for the sake of yapping.
I think my broad opposition to the monetization of public transport has been logged.
It has not only been logged, it has been known for a long time, and I thought that you may take issue with this section of the bill, but how about we go on to the voting phase of this bill, and if this bill may pass without
all in favour of the bill, please head to the government benches, and all opposed, head to the opposition benches. The bill passes.
Just as a slight note, according to the anti-bureaucracy text, that does need to be markers set technically, which are not currently set in the bill. So this current version of the bill shall not be passed. So may we?
Surely the markers, the color-coded markers, do not change the text of the bill.
Yes, I would assume so.
So it makes no difference as to whether the bill is passed with or without the highlighted sections.
Yes.
Even if the highlighted sections are added after. So from a strictly like a procedural point, I don't necessarily think that it matters that the highlights haven't been added yet. And I don't think it matters that the highlights got added after the bill passed. So the point is, I don't think you need to consult Congress on what parts of the bill are highlighted or not. I will leave that.
Sorry, a bit out of context. Raspberry, can you check your phone, please?
Later, after the session of Congress, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
May I just
You should have seen what I've just done. It's brilliant.
may I just ask for one more vote?
Yes, go on, present your...
So this is not technically a bill, but we have to consider that the General Transportation Act is also a combination of two previously passed laws, which thereby become redundant. As may we vote to remove those laws from official sections?
I don't see that as a necessary thing, because there's nothing necessary. You don't have to do that.
Yes, but we might as well just vote on it and see what happens.
To clarify,
so
I am
a
not
vote to
controlling my character right now. I currently do something.
Void, that doesn't help.
You want to vote to you want to vote to repeal the old acts that
Yes.
aren't contradicted by this new one.
Yes. So nobody gets confused why the same text essentially exists twice.
I'm back.
I think that could be an important addition for anybody trying to read up on these laws later on.
I understand your reasoning, but I also feel like the abstract of this bill clearly states that this bill is a combination of the two pre-existing bills, and I think that we should keep those bills. There's no reason to like.
Sorry.
This decision makes no practical difference at all. I fear. So I don't really see the point.
But I want to reduce the number of laws because that feels right. So can we just vote on it?
Okay. Well, I'll allow the vote to repeal to repeal them.
Okay, everyone in favor of repeal stand here. Everyone against the repeal stand over there, right?
For the sake of efficiency, this will be a vote on repealing both the Nether Highway and Public Transportation Act and the Overworld Highway Act.
Great.
Because I can't be asked to do them both separately, and so all in favour? Effectively, okay. Well, yeah, they've been repealed.
Great. That's fun.
Now, there's any more bills you want to present to the chamber, or are we going to end the session of Congress here?
I think, considering that the session of Congress has been going on for about an hour, it would be appropriate to end it about at this point.
It's been going on for an hour.
Have you not realized?
Oh,
Okay. Well,
I need to speak with.
pretend I have a gavel. I'm out of character. Minecraft doesn't have a gavel item, so pretend I have a gavel. I'm ending the session of Congress.
Yay! I shall upload this to YouTube and then put it in character chat.